Have you ever wondered how the world's absolute best thinkers stay so sharp under crushing pressure? Well, today, we're unlocking an elite mental model. It's a powerful technique for achieving some serious cognitive clarity, and it's used by the best of the best. Let's dive in.
Just let that sink in for a second. Right before they make a move that could win or lose an entire world championship, the sharpest players on the planet, they do this one specific thing. They create a moment of what you could call strategic stillness.
So what is this big secret, right? In this explainer, we are going to break down the exact method they use. And trust me, this isn't just about chess. This is a blueprint for clear, high-stakes thinking that you can apply pretty much anywhere in your own life.
And here's what's so fascinating. This isn't some niche trick for chess nerds. Nope, this is a core principle taught in elite cognitive training programs. It's absolutely essential for anyone making high-stakes decisions. We're talking surgeons, CEOs, you name it. It is a proven tool for top-tier performance.
By the way, if you're into elite mental performance breakdowns just like this one, you should probably subscribe. We break down the real methods used by top performers every single week.
That's the real question, though, isn't it? How does any of this apply to the rest of us? I mean, the pressure of a world chess championship might feel a million miles away, but that mental state that leads to blunders? Oh yeah, that's something we all experience.
Because see, the problem isn't really the pressure itself. It's our reaction to it. We rush. And in that rush, we create this mental fog that leads to bad decisions, missed opportunities, and a whole lot of unnecessary stress.
This right here gets to the absolute core of the issue. When you feel that urge to react instantly, to fire off that angry email or to make a snap judgment, you are literally compressing your own cognitive bandwidth. You're actually making yourself less intelligent, right at the moment you need your intelligence the most.
Look, these are basically the two states we can operate from. On one side, you've got the rushed mind. Bandwidth is compressed, it's running on old stress patterns, and it's just prone to making bad calls. But on the other side, you've got the clear mind. Memory is expanded, you have access to creative solutions, and you have the capacity to make optimal choices. This isn't just about feeling better, this is about upgrading your entire cognitive operating system. The whole goal is to consciously shift from that first column over to the second.
Okay, so how do we actually make that shift? Well, it's not complicated. In fact, it's a surprisingly elegant three-step method. This is your practical path to achieving that strategic stillness we've been talking about. Here it is. Step 1, a simple 5-second visual pause. You just stop what you're doing and look at your environment. Step 2, a breath reset. Just one deep, deliberate breath in and out. And third, the mental branching rule, where you quickly consider at least 2 possible paths forward instead of just reacting with one. Pause, breathe, branch. That's it.
Simple, right? But the neuroscience behind why this simple little sequence is so incredibly powerful, well, that's where things get really cool. This isn't just some fluffy advice to calm down. You are fundamentally changing how your brain is operating in that critical moment.
So the first piece of the puzzle is something called prefrontal cortex optimization. That 5-second pause and that single breath, they act like a physiological circuit breaker. They literally interrupt the stress signal coming from your amygdala. That's your brain's primal alarm system, the thing responsible for that fight or flight feeling. This one simple action hands control back to your prefrontal cortex, which is the sophisticated thinking part of your brain, your center for logic.
And once your thinking brain is back online, something incredible happens. Your working memory expands. Think of your working memory as your brain's mental RAM, or maybe like a temporary scratch pad. When you're stressed out, that scratch pad is completely filled with noise and garbage. By dropping the cognitive load from that stress, you wipe it clean, freeing up a massive amount of mental space. And that is the space you need for complex problem solving and recognizing hidden patterns.
So if there's a key takeaway here, it's this. Your brain is a pattern recognition machine, but that machine gets completely jammed up by stress. Strategic stillness is the key that unjams it, allowing you to see the whole board clearly again. True clarity isn't about thinking harder, it's about creating the internal conditions for your brain to do what it does best.
All right, so we have the method, we have the science behind why it works. Now for the most important part, actually putting this to work in your daily life. Let's turn this theory into a practical, repeatable skill.
So when do you use this? Use it right before you hit send on that really important email. Use it in the middle of a tense conversation or negotiation when you feel your emotions starting to bubble up. Use it when a complex problem at work just feels completely unsolvable. Basically, anytime you feel that telltale sign of overwhelm starting to creep in, that is your cue. Pause, breathe,
branch. You know, if you take just one thing away from this whole explainer, please let it be this. Our culture glorifies speed. Always faster, faster, faster. But true cognitive performance? It's not about being the fastest. It's about having the mental space to make the best decision.
And that is the upgrade you now have. This is so much more than a calming trick. It's a simple, scientifically backed tool you can use to consciously shift yourself out of that reactive, compressed state of a rushed mind and into the expansive, high-performance state of a clear mind.
So what's the next level of mental control? Well, next week I'm breaking down the absolutely astonishing methods that Special Forces operators use to train and master pain tolerance. To learn their secrets, make sure you're subscribed. You are not going to want to miss that.